argument sooner or later. And they're brilliant to watch. Clarissa's brilliant to watch. And people, if you can tell her story, if you can get her out there, and Mark Taffet knows what he's doing, she's got a great chance to be a star. She really has.
Thank you.
When you hear when you hear a 45-year-old guy who hasn't fought in 4 years, turns down $500,000, what do you think?
That he don't want to fight, and he shouldn't fight. And actually, I'm so pleased that it's Dinu and not Gwendo, because it's a really awkward situation where, and people say to me, why are you offering him fights? Because I had to make him an offer to get him to turn it down. It wasn't like I want to give him 500. You know, I saw reports it was $1 million. No, it wasn't. It was 500. But you know, it was to fight for the WBA regular title. So there is a value to that. And whatever you think about the regular title and the super title, and I would prefer one champion, but it has to be. It's there to be fought for. You know, and it will put you in a good position within that governing body. So we'll see what happens with Char next week. You know, we've made this fight. It's 3 weeks' time. We tried to make the Gwendo fight. We looked down the rankings. Bogdan Dinu was supposed to fight tonight. Greg Cohen works with him and said, look, we can pull him off. We put it to the WBA for the title. They'll make their decision this week on Char. He's failed a drugs test. I mean, you know, yes. And then they'll see if they sanction this. But, you know, I like Jarrell's attitude. Since Chicago, I said to him, I think I can get you on November 17th. It's now been 3 weeks. And he's kept at it, he's kept training. And really, we wanted to announce this last Monday. But because of the situation with the WBA, and it's been difficult. And then obviously with the venue switch, it's all been a little bit crazy. But, you know, looking forward to it.
So if this fight is sanctioned for the WBA title, the winner would have to probably fight a Kendo at some point. Right?
Or Trevor Bryan, who's the interim champ. Yeah, he is. But at what point? I know. And actually, I think the WBA might have to say now, you need a fight. Because I was also worried, like, if you were in Britain, I don't think they'd sanction a Gwendo for being out of the ring for 4 years. And I was worried about that with AC as well. You know, you get to a situation where they go, no, we can't sanction him, he ain't boxed for 4 years. I mean, I saw him in Chicago, lovely man. I didn't even know it was him. I mean, like, you know, I know. So, but this, you know, what I like about this fight is, we've had Dinu in sparring loads of times. He will be trying to win. Like, he ain't, I mean, he's a good athlete, you see, but he's actually, he ain't here to get paid. He's here to win. And that'll make a good fight with Jarrell. He's going to be tough to beat, Jarrell. I'm telling you. Tough to beat.
Now, if he wins, Jarrell wins the fights for the WBA title, is he now in position to fight Anthony potentially?
I think he'll be the next mandatory. But again, the problem is when you have 4 belts, 3 of the main governing bodies, is next is a WBO mandatory. Okay. We've just done a WBA mandatory in Povetkin. So next is WBO. Which is Dillian White's #1 at the moment, so it could be him.
But so is he going to fight Chisora or not?
Yeah, December 22. That looks like that.
Is that too quick of a turnaround if he wins that?
No, April 13. Yeah, no, I think Dillian's always good to go. He's got to win it first. Right. Then you've got the IBF, which Pulev just won tonight. So he'll be after that. And then the WBA will be after that. So you could be talking about 2 years, you know, before you get a shot if you're mandatory. But with Jarrell's a guy who we would pick. Like, that could be a big fight. I mean, you imagine if Joshua had debuted in America against Jarrell Miller in Brooklyn. I mean, that's a big fight. So he's the perfect guy, but he's also tough to beat. Like, ain't an easy touch. People talk about his weight. That's an asset to him when he can move like that, when he's got that fitness. You know? So...
My last question, I know I'm giving you some what-ifs here, but if White lost to Chisora, for argument's sake, Jarrell could then fight...
Yes, I would say White is the favourite if Wilder doesn't take it in April. But if White was to get beat, he becomes... I mean, even in the UK, a lot of people, like UK fight fans, follow boxing religiously. So what we're doing on DAZN, UK fight fans are like, when's DAZN coming to UK? But they follow all the guys, like all the DAZN cards are in the UK. And he's a big... Sky, on Sky. So, but if he came to the UK for a fight, he would get absolutely mobbed. You know, so, yeah, I know. So, yeah, we shall see.
Andy Emilio here with ES News with Eddie Hearn. I gotta ask, is this by design? It seems like you got Clarissa, a talker. You got Brandon Rios, a talker. Gabe Rosado, Lewis, they both talkers. Big Baby, obviously.
Partly by design, partly by luck. I mean, you know, when you look at Arias against Rosado, that's a fight that I just knew. One, it's a really good fight, and two, I just knew that they'd gel fantastically. Clarissa's Clarissa. and Hannah Rankin's very, very tough. Jarrell's Jarrell. You know, Rios against Alvarez is just a war. So this is a card that actually, like when you announce, you get the haters who go, oh, Rios against Alvarez, oh, but actually watch it. It'll be an absolute war of a night in Kansas. So I'm excited, and I think it's a really good gel of personalities as well. I don't think, you know, if you think, I think everybody sitting there enjoyed that press conference. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't like, So, yeah, I think it's going to be great.
Has that been a part of the recruitment process with
A little
picking
bit.
fighters?
I want
like
personality.
Guys
Yeah,
who
I
have
want
personality and
Yeah,
character?
listen, we want elite fighters. We want great fighters, but we also want personalities. We want people that have got good followings and people that can drive interest into the show. And I think we've got a nice mix of that here.
Getting Canelo, obviously a big deal. Top middleweight, somebody who's perceived as that. Anthony Joshua on the flip side of that. Has that been an easier bargaining chip to bring other people in?
Yeah, much. I mean, since the Canelo signing, there's been a lot more conversations with people who are on the fence. You know, what people are being told at the moment, particularly PBC fighters, is we'll get you a pay-per-view date, right? And now you look at it: Wilder Fury, Pacquiao Broner, Spence Garcia. When's it going to stop? So there's no Showtime boxing scheduled at the moment till when? February? Apart from pay-per-views. So as a fan, what are you going to do? You're going to keep spending $85 on single fights instead of getting your value for money on Showtime. They can't compete with the money on normal Showtime. They have to get... I've been there, because I'm like this in the UK. We don't have the money from broadcasters to pay pay-per-view money. So we have to go pay-per-view. But the difference is our pay-per-view is $25, not $85. That's the difference. So unless the price point comes down, these fighters are going to get the shock of their lives when they see the pay-per-view numbers, because they're going to hit the floor. Because when the Canelo fans and people like that start going, hang on a minute, so I haven't got to pay $85 anymore to watch Canelo. No, you can watch it free in December. Then you can watch it monthly via your subscription. Wow. And then you put another fight that's borderline pay-per-view and you're asked to pay $80. They're not going to watch it. And the fighters have got to realise that people who get spun lines like Mikey Garcia, if people are telling Mikey Garcia that him against Errol Spence is going to do 700,000-800,000 buys, mate, you need a new advisor, because that fight ain't doing 300,000 buys. And what happens when your paycheck, you've been told you were going to get money for 800,000 buys, and it does 200,000 buys, and you've just turned down massive guarantees? Canelo was smart. Canelo said, so you're going to guarantee me the pay-per-view money, and I haven't got to gamble on the numbers? Yes. Okay, where do I sign? You know? Whereas the other, some people are so warped by pay-per-view that, especially in America, that there's another alternative. There's never been a broadcaster that's willing to pay 8, 9, 10, 20, $40 million in rights fees. Now you've got it with the Zone. So you don't have to gamble on pay-per-view.
How do you feel the fans' reception has been? It seems like every time I'm on Twitter, if Gervonta Davis makes a tweet, people are under it saying "earn with Hearn," "earn with Hearn." And
It's
you
like,
have like a beehive kind of.
No, it's a bit of a movement, because we want the support of fans. Because if I'm a fan, I'm all over the Zone, because I haven't got to pay pay-per-view. So Canelo's fighting in December. You would have had to pay $80 to watch it on HBO. You now watch it for free. How can you not like that? I mean, like, there's no trick. It's not you sign up and then you got to pay $80 the next day. It's just free. You know, when he's fighting Golovkin, there's no extra money. It's your monthly subscription. You've got 32 Matchroom fight nights. You've got Bellator. You've got Combat Americas. You've got Golden Boy shows. You've got Anthony Joshua. You've got Canelo. Pay-per-view's dead. It's over. But don't get me wrong. When there's a Mayweather, when there's a Conor McGregor, they'll still do the numbers, because they have the ability to capture the casual fans. Things that other fighters haven't done. Great fighters haven't done. Spence, Crawford, Deontay Wilder. You can walk down New York to Times Square and ask people, all those three people, no one will know who they are. And it's not a criticism of them, because they are great fighters and great athletes. But you can't hit those pay-per-view numbers. Go down Times Square and ask people who Mayweather and Conor McGregor are. Everyone will know. But it's very few people can do that.
The old adages, you know, out with the old, in with the new.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like the heaviest criticisms. I'm interviewing Freddie Roach. I'm not going to watch boxing on an app.
Yeah.
But
that's the old school mentality of people who don't understand the product. So, like, a guy picked me up from the airport the other day. He says, "Oh, I want to watch this. It's on this DAZN thing." I'm like, "Yeah, DAZN." "Yeah, but I can't watch it on TV, can I?" "Of course you can watch it on TV." but it's just the new generation. I've just learnt about Netflix. Yeah, I'm 40 next year, but the kids, this is no problem for them.
Yeah.
Like we were in the media room before. We've got a show in London tonight. People were just walking around on their phones watching a fight. You know, and it's crystal clear. It's not like you're just trying to find some illegal stream somewhere. But you plug it into, you watch it on a big screen, you watch it on your tablet, your laptop, your phone. How do you think people are digesting content these days? Via that method. And we see it even in the UK. People buying our pay-per-views are all buying online now to watch it, you know, on their devices.
I imagine a lot of people are going to be watching Regis Prograis in the Super Series while they're here at the fights, you know, just to keep up with both media members.
But that's, people are multitasking all the time. So when was the last time you watched a movie, right, and just turned your phone off, put your tablet on the side, and just sat there and watched a movie without touching anything? No, you're texting, you're tweeting, you're rating the movie. You know, you might be having a bet on something. You might be checking a football score. People are always multitasking now. And you are right. There will be people in the crowd tonight watching DAZN on their phones. You know.
Do you feel like people are just on their last leg? There was a gentleman at the Charlo press conference who was like, you don't have to be like a rocket scientist basically to watch this fight. It's on Fox or whatever. Yeah. Do you feel like that's their only jab they can throw at you guys?
But of course, you know, one of their big selling points through Fox, not Showtime, is a good audience. You know, but we have to understand, when we're talking about our subscription, Canelo could add 1 million subscribers in December, you know? So I'm not worried about the subscription numbers, and you can watch it on demand. You can go on tomorrow and watch the Regis Progress fight. You know what I mean? You haven't got to record it, it's just there. You can watch it in real time at any moment on DAZN. And it's just a case of getting people to use the product and understand the way that people in today's world are, keep saying, digesting content. That's what I say. They're not watching it. My kids don't watch cable, don't watch satellite. They watch YouTube, they watch Netflix, and they stream. They're 9 and 6.
Right? I gotta ask, last question tonight. I know it's an HBO show and it's an HBO farewell, but obviously you're with DAZN. Is it kind of, are you glad to have them out of the way?
No. I mean, there's a lot of bitter people in boxing that were celebrating HBO leaving. I think it's terrible for the sport. HBO is synonymous with the sport. They're a brilliant brand, great production team. They've saved boxing over the years. So I want them to be involved in the sport. And, they leaving, but it's very simple what's happened. And the same will happen to Showtime, in my opinion. The money's got out of control. They're not hitting the numbers to justify the dollars. And they don't want to fight, they don't want to dig deep, they don't want to overspend. They'll rather do it on something else. They haven't got a responsibility to air boxing. It's just something that suited them. And now it doesn't suit them anymore.
Eddie, appreciate your time as always.
Cheers.
Thank you. Eddie.